Survival language, introducing yourself. For this activity, it's very important to think about you. I always say to my students, be careful about the vocabulary you're going to use related to yourself. Try to research, try to ask your tutor about something you don't understand. Think about different situations. As you can see, I have selected a few. Let's start with name. When you start, you can say, my name is Oscar, or I'm Oscar. Here, don't forget to use the melody. For example, stretching and pausing are fundamental. My name is Oscar. I'm Oscar. You can say, for example, my full name is Oscar Nunez Prada, or my first name is Oscar, or my last name is Nunez. So when you say full name, you need to say your first and last name. When you say your first name, just say the first name. For example, my name is Oscar. When you say last name, sometimes we say surname. We refer to Nunez or Nunez Prada. Address. Here, you need to make sure that you know how to say this information in English. Usually, an address is the combination of streets, avenues, and numbers. For example, if you live in a city where you speak Spanish, don't worry, you can use some information in Spanish, especially for avenue names or street names. I live in Bolivar Avenue, or I live in Bogota. If you want to put the address into your conversation, you can say, for example, my address is 45th Street with 5th Avenue, for example. So here I am using ordinal numbers. An ordinal number is a number that puts order, for example, first, second, third. You can also say, I have lived in Bogota for 3 years, or I have lived in Bogota since 2018. In this example, we're using present perfect, so make sure you understand the tense you want to use. Family. My family has, for example, 5 people, but there is another way for this to be said. You can say, there are 5 of us. You need to include yourself. You can say, for example, I have brothers and sisters, or you can say, I have siblings. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister, for example. Job. Here you need to make sure you understand the vocabulary you want to use for these. Especially for job interviews, make sure you know how to say the words related to your job. You can say, I am a teacher, or I am an English teacher. Make sure you understand the indefinite article. Also, if you want to be more specific, you can say, I work as an English teacher, or I work as a mechanical engineer, for example. Country. You may say, for example, I'm originally from Venezuela. I'm originally from Colombia. I was born in Venezuela, or I was born in Argentina. Age. Here, in a very simple way, you can say, I'm 35 years old. Once again, don't forget to practice the melody. I am 25 years old. In my early 20s, you can say, for example, I'm in my early 30s. I'm in my early 20s, for example. Birthday. My birthday is on August 22nd, for example. Don't forget that when you use the month plus the day in the American version, the day needs to be in ordinal number. So we say, for example, 22nd. If you want to use number 5, you should use the ordinal version, 5th. For example, my birthday is on January 5th. I like to. Here we can use hobbies. I like to celebrate with my family. All right? And hobbies. For example, pay attention to these verbs. I like to do something. I like to do sports. I like to watch movies. Um, you have another version. And you can say, for example, I like watching sports. I like watching movies. And the same for love. I love doing sports. I love practicing sports. I love going to the movies. However, with enjoy, we only have one option, ing. I enjoy doing sports. I enjoy watching movies. So pay attention. My hobby is, you can say, my hobby is to learn English. If you want to use these, remember after is, you need to use to. My hobby is to do sports. You can also say, I am interested in doing sports. If you're going to use a verb after in, the preposition in, you need to use ing. I am interested in practicing English, for example. So finally, don't forget you need to enjoy the process and practice makes perfect.